Hi, I'm Jazmin, and
I'm Alex, and
this is our pigeon dissection.
So we're gonna break down some information about pigeons based on what we learned in reading about them and dissecting one. Okay, so in terms of biological classification, the pigeon is going to fall under class Avis with a lot of other birds, and specifically it's grouped in with order Columbiformes. It's related with the dove, which a lot of you are familiar with, and also with the dodo, now extinct in North America. It has this group is characterized by having a really plump body and fan-like tails, and also having a sort of bump-like structure on their head.
Pigeons are most commonly known to live in cities and suburbs. It's what people think of pigeons, like cities like New York or LA. Because they live in the city, they have to be able to eat a variety of different foods. So seeds, bread, junk food, veggies, whatever is in there. Since they're walking around and flying a lot around in their environment to find these foods and to survive, they have large metabolic needs. And you'll see that when we go through the internal and external features. They have to be really efficient in what they do. So they have a lot of specialized organs. One of the most prominent external features of the pigeon are its feathers. Here is the shaft of a contoured feather from which the bristles come out. They kind of zipper into each other and interlock. They're very lightweight, which is good for flight, and they provide warmth and protection for the pigeon. Another external feature of the pigeon is its beak. It's what's called a generalist beak. They can consume like a variety of different foods, like seeds, and like pigeons. They're pretty popular and known for being in cities and suburbs, so they would eat anything like that's in the trash that they can consume, and that's the generalist beak comes in handy there. Pigeons also have pretty cool eyes. They're known for their navigational abilities. They need to have an acute sense of vision to get around through their environment. They have pretty good eyesight, which aids, when they're flying around and going through their surroundings or setting an environment.
So next up on our list of topics is we're going to be digging in a little deeper into the internal workings of the pigeon. When we cut open the pigeon at first, the first thing that we notice are this very large sternum here and the large pectoral muscles that are attached to it. These are both very, very important for the pigeon's flight capabilities. The large sternum, which we can remove here, is very large relative to its body and acts as a stabilizer and allows the pigeon to balance in flight. And the large pectoral muscles are what power the wings that allow the bird to move through the air. Once we've removed the pectoral muscles and the sternum from the pigeon, one of the first things that we notice in its internal cavity is the very, very large heart. This is very large relative to its body when compared to other animals, and this is really important because the heart has a lot of work to do. It's because of the strenuous nature of flight, and so the heart really needs to be large in order to handle this. So when we look at the digestive system of the pigeon, it's a little bit different from the digestive system of what we may be used to in ourselves and other mammals. In tracing the path of the food through the bird, obviously it's going to enter through the mouth, and then it has a short trip through the esophagus, where it will go into our first sort of specialized bird organ, the crop. Here the food is at least partially digested, and the crop is important because it allows the pigeon to eat a lot of food really fast and then be able to leave. And so a pigeon, it would be less likely to be caught by a predator. It's also important in the production of pigeon's milk, as it's called, which is not actually milk. What it is, it's the pigeon regurgitating partially digested food into the mouths of its offspring so that to nourish them, and so it's partially digested so they can handle it. And that's a unique feature. Another important feature that is very unique for birds, including the pigeon, is going to be its respiration system. Now, unlike us who only have lungs for respiring, the bird also has air sacs. And these air sacs are important because they allow the bird to continually keep air flowing through its system. And so there's never a point when it's respirating where there's not air inside of its system. And so these air sacs sort of act as reservoirs for the air between going into the lung and out of the body. Okay, so we hope that you've enjoyed learning about the pigeon a little bit more. We know that this information was very important to you. And
Thanks for watching.
yes, thank you.